picked up the package. Alright, so this is the first pickup. I have to deliver this to Isidore, 23 minutes away, roughly. Give me a chance to be in the ride, I guess, by myself. Like I said earlier, first pickup I've ever done. So we've got a package. We're gonna handle it with care and see if our AI student driver can get us across town. I mean, I guess we could talk about things. Right now it's about 12:30, September 10th. We're gonna try to do this as long as we possibly can. Started around 10:45-ish, going all over the place. We tried Grok, well, my assistant Rex, to do some translation. There were some minor hiccups there, but I think once we got going, I want to say our passenger just appreciated the effort, right? We had dropping off a kid going to school. I'm trying to engage the riders more, even if they're wanting to be quiet. I think FSD is exciting enough that people will at least want to understand. And one of our riders might have had some misconceptions about why Tesla's software, isn't technically driverless in some areas. So I'm here to dispel that, give them their experience. We actually had a rider earlier today that has been in the backseat of Ubers. Like maybe JC's giving this guy a ride or something. But they engaged FSD, took the time to explain it to him. He was pretty knowledgeable regarding the subject matter, and then it gets reinforced by me, who's another random dude. He's in the backseat of another Tesla, and no one is driving. You know what I mean? So we're gonna try to make this as commonplace as humanly possible. That as long as their rides are safe, right? How I'm starting to ask questions like, how did the car do? I mean, would you have any notes or anything like that? Like, I'm curious to what they think, how the vehicle drives itself. I'm here to make sure things don't go awry, and any particular requests that they might have. Like our student, he's like, this is my school, but I want to be dropped off back there. All right, that's something I guess would be delegated to the app, but since I'm here, it'd be easier for me to just take over and do it. So, little things like that. Apartment complexes, there are certain gates at these apartment complexes that our AI student driver just doesn't like to traverse, and that's perfectly fine too. I don't know, what we're going to do when it comes, 15 years from now, all of these questions, they're going to be solved via engineering and just other methods of circumventing some of these problems. But as of right now, this is absolutely phenomenal. I get to drive people around, discuss Tesla with them, and not have to worry about the rigors of driving. This is I never would have dreamed that this would be where I'm at right now. I love my car. I love Tesla. I just love being of service more than that. And Tesla, as I climb up in age, I'm not getting better at driving. Let's just say that. And this vehicle it feels like it is the best of drivers, always paying attention, always concerned with what is statistically the best avenue to proceed to the destination. It's kind of surreal to know that you have a chauffeur that his whole purpose is to get you from point A to point B and you don't have to bother anybody else to do it. You don't have to get someone to drive you around. I can't wait until Tesla finally allows me to get in the back seat and, you know, send this vehicle to friends and family, or even collect money, or, you know, just rove around, right? I don't know. The applications of a personalized autonomous vehicle seems to be limitless, as the limited expedition in front of me, the limited max. I guess this is the frontier that many individuals would like Tesla to venture into. These large suburban type vehicles, they would definitely sell like hotcakes here in the state of Texas, but Tesla's got a grander plan at play. Do I believe that they will create vehicles like this? Of course. The Model X is nice, don't get me wrong, but I'm no crazy person. I can tell that this box-shaped vehicle in front of me is quite spacious, and it's what people are accustomed to. If you got a 7-seater, and they got the Model Y XL in China right now that is undoubtedly going to go to other regions, could Tesla create a larger spaced vehicle? Of course they could. They've got the Cybertruck. Wouldn't be impossible for them to convert that into some kind of van type situation. You know, this is going to be exciting. Tesla is only one company. You know, it'd be nice if some of these other auto manufacturers, it would be nice if some of these other auto manufacturers that have been around for a century could create products that are half as good as a Tesla, right? You would I don't expect Ford and GM to have autonomous vehicles, but entities like Google or Apple, you know, Apple tried to do an autonomous vehicle, they scrapped that project, right? You would think that somebody other than Tesla would have created a scalable autonomous car. But no, there's only one Tesla. And I look around at the stoplight, right? We're at the West Loop, Southwest Freeway. You know, it's like, this is the only car driving itself. I feel like I'm at the beginning of something that is revolutionary, right? Not having to be concerned with being distracted while driving, you know, game overing someone else. And, you know, this is going to protect you. There's been countless times where vehicles not paying attention have tried to swerve into me, and my vehicle recognizes their intentions and moves me the hell out of the way before I was like, oh, what happened there? Why did the car do that? Oh, this vehicle wants to be in my lane. So, you know, it's remarkable. But you look around, we're going to be stopped here. And the only cars that can do this, first and foremost, are Teslas. And if there are any, like, show me another vehicle that can handle half of what this Tesla is doing on a daily basis. This thing drives Uber. You know what I mean? We're on an Uber quest right now, dropping off a package, and I haven't touched the controls once. Steering wheel, accelerator, brake. This is a one of a kind. So first and foremost, only Teslas have the possibility of doing this, right? And then there's different degrees of Tesla. One, we got Tesla owners that have never tried FSD before. Maybe they only do autopilot for some reason. Then you've got the older model Teslas that don't even have the hardware necessary to have this version, which is 13.2.9, right? And version 14 is on the way. Will it be the end of the month? I imagine we're gonna get some of the OG beta testers receiving these software updates in their garage, transforming their vehicle into a brand new car, basically, that is even better at driving itself than it is right now. That's on the way soon. When do I expect to get version 14? Probably sometime in late November, early, well, let's be honest, in December sometime. If I get it sooner, that's a blessing, one. But I love my software as it is right now. I don't want them to give me a regression, right? Right now, Uber, I'm making about $25 an hour with Uber, and I'm not having to do anything besides tell people how much I love this car and I love this company. And people have questions. I'm here to answer them as best I can. I show these videos simply to just give an authentic version of what's happening, right? Even most of the mistakes that are happening during these Uber drives, because Uber is stressful outside of just day-to-day driving. On top of that, you have to deal with people, you know, pick up locations, drop off locations, and, you know, special cases and situations. Uber can be stressful in itself, but I show all of that, right? And it's not that bad, especially when you're giving somebody their first taste of autonomy, right? And I look at the prices that Uber pays me, and then I turn around and, oh my God, they must have paid even more than what I'm receiving, because Uber's got to take its cut too. The beauty of the Tesla Robotaxi, when it's in every metropolitan area in the country, is that the price of transit is going to drop significantly. Absolutely significantly. And this is going to scale. Tesla's going to be able to make these, they're just going to push them out of Giga Austin with great ease. Slap a Robotaxi sticker on them and send them all over the country. All over the world is the real goal, right? So, you know, we're here. We're on 610 now. I believe we're on 610, and we're headed 8 more miles, 12 more minutes, depending on traffic. We're going to deliver this. Again, this is our first delivery. Supposed to meet at the curb, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's another establishment. Maybe it's another business. I don't know. I don't think it's a human, but we're going to drop it off to where it says drop it off. And on to the next one, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do. Anything else I got to talk about? It's the middle of the week. Maybe going to Austin this weekend. We definitely have to plan around, what is it? In a couple of days. The Demon Slayer movie is gonna come out, so we gotta see how the Infinity Castle pans out. Yoshi and I plan to go to the movies Sunday, I believe, or Monday. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check, but either way, we're gonna try to fit in a quick trip to Austin. Maybe grab some barbecue or something, or try something different. But we're just gonna ride and then probably come on back and see how that goes. We're gonna see if we get granted Robotaxi access just from being in the proximity of the geofence. If not, no big deal. We'll enjoy Austin as much as we need to. We'll go to some parks or something, or maybe she likes the Capitol being there. Maybe we should go see the Capitol, maybe. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a tourist. I don't like doing touristy things, but my wife is Japanese, and that's her bag. I give her credit. She's not as touristy as maybe some others, but it is in her DNA, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I'm tripping because I don't have anybody in the car. This is a package that we're going to be delivering. I don't know if you see this or whatever. I shouldn't be throwing that. But this is what you get when you get an amateur. If Optimus is in here, which one day he will, he'll be delivering packages like a pro. Me, I'm just some guy. And hopefully I do an adequate enough job that people want to continue to use my services. But until then, we get Optimus to handle this business and have complete autonomy, an age of abundance. You get me. And I'm trying desperately to get put on by Tesla. I just want them to pay me in stock options. I will work harder than, I can't say I'll work harder than anybody there, but I will definitely be top 5. Top five. As far as wanting to pursue this benevolent goal of an age of abundance for all. I love this company. I think everyone should experience these products without a shadow of a doubt. And I'll do anything to just get in the door and show my commitment to this company. I'll just keep applying. I mean, I submitted 12 applications. I think the most recent one came back. They said that there were many applicants that met the qualifications. Unfortunately, I could not be a vehicle detailer for the night shift, but they thanked me and maybe keep applying and maybe my skill set or whatever. I don't know what my skill set is or how I can be beneficial to Tesla, but I do know I want to work for this company, and I will be a beacon employee in regards to, you know, E for effort for sure. But I'm pretty sure my skill set and talents, they're, you know, I'm versatile, right? I can learn with the best of them, and I am eager to apply what little ability in the workforce I have left Tesla. Until then, I will continue to do Uber. If Tesla decides to bestow upon me any job, I'm taking it. Getting my foot in the door, understanding the operations, and wanting this company to succeed as best, you know, not what I think they need to do to succeed. I am going to be a malleable puzzle piece. If they need me to do this, I'll do that. If they need me to do that, I'm gonna do this. And I will make sure that Tesla has exactly what it needs for what they think they need to do to succeed. Quarter in, quarter out, year in, year out, decade in, decade out. Either way, I'm on board. If they want to go hard in the paint and vehicle production, I'm there for it. If they want to make sure that the autonomous vehicles are all over the place and, you know, they want to shift gears to something else, I'm for that too. I want this company to succeed in the best way that it thinks it can succeed. Whew. My elevator pitch is a little long, granted, but I think I can do more good inside the company than without. And truth be told, I've sold a few Teslas on the out. Friends and family, not so much, but I've got the YouTube channel. People are watching, people are paying attention, and I think I have a decent rapport with the common man to get them to understand that this technology isn't just for the, you know, the IT elite. You know, this isn't for the computer science people. This usefulness can be shared from top to bottom, T to B. And that's what I'm here to say. Like, I'm not a tech guy. I'm not Marquise Brownlee or whoever that guy. I barely know who that is, but he's obviously big on YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. I'm aware of some of the bigger names and accounts on the platform, right? But before 2020, I didn't know who that guy was at all. And, you know, I'm not a tech reviewer. I just know what I like, and I have a pretty decent idea of what other people are going to be attracted to when it comes to making their lives better on a daily basis. And I want to share that with as many people as possible, understanding Tesla, the company, more, so that I can serve them the best way I know how. And that's bring Tesla to the masses so that everyone can take part and enjoy what I'm deeming as the future. As I look out, none of these cars drive themselves, and this is a perfectly good vehicle with, you know, let's just say the tax credit's over for around $42,000 to $45,000, depending on how this, you know, pans out, demand and all this other things, right? So, but bang for your buck. I don't know what the value of an autonomous vehicle is, and we've got 3 minutes. I've actually did a pretty decent job talking this entire way. I was going to play music, ladies and gentlemen, but I've resolved and hardened myself, steeled my nerves so that I could just ramble into the camera and not have to go into the YouTube creator, the beta music player, and select some revenue sharing jams for your listening pleasure. We have traversed across Houston via the highway. I don't even think about driving. We were on the highway or city streets. It doesn't matter. The car is handling all the nuances of driving, making sure I arrive there safe, making sure this package arrives there safe. And we are going to drop this off and continue to be of service to the community. Oh, anyway. I could do this all day. I could do this all day, like Captain America would say. But we don't have all day. We got to make the best use of our time. And I really, really want to work for Tesla and have all of my paycheck be converted into Tesla stock options at that beautiful premium price. There's not anything I wouldn't do for that company. Like, I would scrub toilets, I would wax floors, I'd dig ditches. You know, whatever they need from me, I'm willing to do and try my hardest. And I just want an interview. I've never had an interview at a place and didn't get the job. And I worked at Blockbuster, Disney, those are my claims to fame. Restaurants, right? If I went in there and got the interview, I got the job. And then I joined the military, right? And didn't have to worry about that for about a decade. And when I got out of the military, I was like, do I want to work? Do I not want to work? Everywhere I went, I applied, and it just didn't, you know, after serving in the military, those mission statements for, even a comic book store, right? I was like, I could work at a comic book store. It didn't motivate me the way I thought it would. I went into sales, like marketing sales, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this. This isn't, you know, you go from serving your country on board submarines. Everything else looks bland, black and white, if you will. But then in 2020, I bought this vehicle thinking it was going to be just another car. And lo and behold, it changed my life. Got the solar panels and the power walls, and I'm like, I could work for this company. Their products move me in a way that I've never felt before, ever. And I believe in their mission. I believe that everyone on this planet can experience an age of abundance, given enough time and effort from Tesla, this company. So we're pulling in. Let's see what we got here. I don't know where we're at. So I imagine it's this place. So we're gonna park this thing. Isidore? Here you go, boss man. Hi. And just like that, that's over.